the GCN Show.
Welcome to the GCN Show.
Welcome to the GCN Show.
Welcome to the GCN Show. This week it's all about the World Championships from Richmond, including Peter Sagan's winning secret.
Yeah, plus we've got a very cool tech of the week, 2 great bike hacks, and all of our usual segments.
Yeah.
Oh, and a bonus montage of white cycling shorts.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
And we did our own hashtag GCN Epic Ride.
3 presenters, 2 gravel bikes, 1 road bike. Oh yes, we did. We're not going to go with predictions, are we?
No.
World's predictions.
One moment.
Peter Sagan.
Just gloss over that.
The World Championships has been absolutely brilliant this year. Richmond in Virginia put on the perfect show on what was probably the perfect type of course for this prestigious race. It allowed climbers, sprinters and classic specialists to all feel that they had a good chance of taking the win.
Yeah, now we will delve into the action a little bit later on in the show, but we thought we'd start by lifting the lid on just how Peter Sagan won the men's road race. Now we've pinpointed 2 crucial things, neither of which is that he's arguably the most talented male cyclist on the planet.
Yeah, firstly, he played an incredible game of poker. Now, not many of us can know what this could possibly be like to have that amount of power in your legs, even Cy and myself included, amazingly. But he left it until the last 5Ks to make that one effort. Before that, we'd hardly seen him. He was hiding in the wheels, conserving energy for that crucial attack which he made. And after that, the rest of his competitors just had to watch the rainbow jersey and the gold medal sail up the road.
And secondly, and perhaps most importantly, was his ability to clip in really quickly.
What?
Yeah, don't know what I'm talking about? Right, well check this out. So, if you were watching the TV footage, you might have noticed that on Governor's Hill, the last climb of the day, Sagan looked like he had a mechanical problem. But actually, it turns out, as you can see from this great footage from spectator Alex Barou, that Sagan, watch this, Sagan unclips accidentally, and then clips seamlessly straight back in, barely missing a beat. Classy. How cool is that?
Now I see what Kirsten Krog was getting at on Twitter. She was saying that had that been Matt Stevens up the road at the World Championships, he wouldn't have gone on to win. He'd actually have got lapped by the time he clipped back in.
I don't know about lapped, but he'd still be there now, wouldn't he? Just stood at the side of the road. Hang on a minute, chaps. Hang on.
Yeah, don't take the barrier away yet. Need that to hold on to.
Ready, Mike?
Ready, ready.
Ready, ready, ready.
Oh, hold on, my foot's not in.
Not ready then.
Right, the results are in for our competition to win tickets to the upcoming London 6 Day. So are you ready? Here are our 6 winners who will all receive a pair of tickets and a t-shirt signed by Sir Chris Hoy. First up, Darren Reeves. We also have Ryan White, Andrew Dudman, Isabella Christie, Daniel Perlman and James Shepherd.
Congratulations to all of you guys. For those of you that didn't win, then there are still some tickets available to buy if you act quickly. But if you miss out, then here is another clip of Matt and Sir Chris Hoy tackling their Madison time trial as a consolation prize.
Live from the historic city of Bath, it's cycling's biggest event of the year.
With the World Championships now out of the way, there is just one last big award left to win this season. I'm not talking about Il Lombardia, even though that is one of my favourite races.
No, it is the GCN Awards. Voting is going to open this week, so keep your eyes peeled. Now, we're going to be giving out trophies for the best tech of the year, biggest achievement of the year, best GCN video of the year, best male and female riders of the year, plus
Cycling event of the year?
cycling event of the year.
That's my favourite category, that one. Now, the poll will be on our Facebook page, so head over there and let us know your thoughts. Remember, it's your votes that count, so don't miss out on this opportunity. And if nothing else, you will stop us having a massive argument about which is the best GCN video of the year.
Yeah, what's down on that, actually? 'Meet the Presenters Tom last, 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 'Meet the Tom last present a bike. Tom last measures socks and do, but this is fixed.
Oh, we'll have to have a word, because otherwise your one behind the scenes with Eurosport will never get in there. That was gold.
Okay, well,
Sorry, I couldn't keep my eyes open.
unfortunately, I'm afraid that appears to be all we have time for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, Dan.
One of our GCN Show segments is making a welcome return this week, and it is Hack of the Week. Now, we had to put it back in because Tom Last has been out in Belgium for the opening weekend of cyclocross, and whilst being in the pit area, he sniffed this out.
Oh, hi guys. Things are great in Belgium, thanks. Right, we were just at Sven Nace's team truck trying to film his pro bike, which wasn't entirely successful. Anyway, before we did that, we were looking at one of his other bikes and we wanted to film that, but the team manager wouldn't let us because apparently it had a top secret bit of kit on it, and that was a single ring from Shimano. Now, we've not seen that. We've seen that SRAM have got CX1, which is popular with all their pro riders and us as well. We love it. But the Shimano single ring setup was slightly different. It didn't appear to have a narrow, wide chainring or a clutch mechanism on the rear mech. Rather, it had an outer plate on the chain set, which was really neatly integrated actually, looked great, and used an inner kind of chain guard that was integrated into Sven's truck bone frame. In terms of chainring sizes, he was using a 44 tooth, which is big, although not huge. I was actually expecting him to be on a 46 tooth chainring and just go with the same outer ring that he does on his standard double race bikes, and he'd paired it with an 11 through to 25 cassette. So what does this mean? Well, maybe it means that Shimano are going to try and compete with SRAM on that, and of course it also means that Sven is running hydraulic discs with electronic shifting and a single ring cyclocross setup. I think it's really cool. Could be fantastic for gravel road riders, cross riders, anyone. Bye.
Now, we've had a closer look at the footage he sent back, and it actually seems like that chain guard is in fact a standard Dura-Ace 53 chainring that's been machined down. I've got no idea how easy that would be to do, but that is certainly Pro Bodge of the Week. How to run a Shimano single ring setup like Sven Nace. Very cool.
Yeah, and it's not just pro mechanics who can make some pretty cool bodges. We like it when you send us in yours as well. And this one from Timu Pushka really caught our eye. He has basically made his very own dummy hub using a plastic roller, some washers, a wing nut and bolt. And if you don't know what a dummy hub is, it's a small little device that you put in your rear dropout when your wheel's not in, which makes cleaning the drivetrain a whole lot easier.
Yeah, that is very cool, Timu. Nice one. Now, if you think you've got a bodge worth sharing on the GCN show, then let us know. Any social media channel will do. Apart from Snapchat, we don't do that because Dan thinks he's too old. And then you might get on the GCN show next week.
Caption competition now, and last week's photo was this one on the podium at the World Championships of the team time trial. Kinziato cutting some of Daniel Oss's hair off. Now the winner is Jonathan Shine. He put BMC tidying up a few split ends.
Nice one, Jonathan. Get in touch and we will send you some GCN swag. Now, this week's caption photo is another one from the World Championships podium, but this time it's Peter Sagan. That photo is pretty much says it all, but Dan, hit us with a caption.
Hey guys, no bum touching on the podium.
If you think you can do better than that, and I'm not entirely sure you can, then do stick your entry in the caption comments section down below. Yeah,
I'm sure they can do better with the accent, but not with the material. Oh, and also, Jonathan, make sure you get in touch on Facebook with your address and we'll get a bottle off to you in the post.
Did that bit.
Shit.
It's all right.
It's time now for Cycling Short, and the hour record has been broken again. So former Paris-Roubaix winner Eddie Plancart, at 57 years of age, managed to ride 11.9 kilometres in just 1 hour. So he's now the person that's ridden the furthest on a wooden bike in an hour.
That makes me think that even us, GCN, could break an hour record of sorts. But I'd say one record that we could not break is the world human-powered speed record. But it has just gone recently. Todd Reichart of the Toronto-based Aero Velo team has just set a staggering 86.65 miles an hour, so it's 139.45 kilometres an hour, roughly, on the human-powered week over at Battle Mountain. And so remember, that is from a standing start on a flat road, 86.65 miles an hour.
That's pretty fast.
That's bonkers.
And talking of speed, actually, did you notice that the newly crowned World Time Trial champion, Linda Villumsen, took that crown on a non-sponsor correct bike?
No, I hadn't noticed that, actually.
I didn't notice it either. And I don't think anybody else did, until, that is, her trade team, United Healthcare, highlighted the fact by threatening to sack her for breaking team protocol.
That is a PR own goal of sorts, isn't it? Well, fortunately, they didn't sack her, which, yeah, is probably right. But anyway, they dealt with the matter internally. Now, thinking of sponsor news.
Oh, another segue.
Yeah, thanks for that. Seamless, I think you'll agree. M10 Quebec will now be known as Team Dimension Data as of next year because they're taking over title sponsorship. Now, you'll be familiar with Dimension Data because they did the Tour de France live tracking of last year. And just before I leave Team Dimension Data / M10 Quebec, the rumours about Cavendish joining are getting stronger and stronger, including Isol and Renshaw going as well. So that'll be a big, big change over there.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to break this amazing segue routine we've had going. And we're going to take cycling shorts now back to cycling shorts because the big news after the World Championships will no doubt be which of the newly crowned World Champions will be having white shorts with their white jersey. Now, it's a huge fashion faux pas, or some might call it ballsy. But I think we should take a moment to view this lovely montage.
Well, that was a real treat, that one. Now, thinking of Tony Martin, we saw a glimpse of him there. Did you see the state of his skin suit after the men's individual time trial? Check this out. This is ace photographer Christophe Ramon on his Instagram feed. That is confirmation that Tony Martin does indeed have sandpaper stuck to his time trial bike saddle. That is brutal, isn't it?
That is commitment to staying in your position, isn't it?
Yeah, and also
to go through that.
It looks quite dark, that image, with the Virginia is for lovers bit just
Yeah,
above the rip.
kind of adds to the impact.
Yeah.
Right, well, we shall finish cycling shorts this week with some transfer news. Team Sky have been particularly busy. They've announced 6 new signings in total. So they've got Mikel Landa coming over from Astana, third, of course, in the Giro d'Italia this year. Danny Van Poppelt from Trek Factory Racing. Bennett Inchausti, who comes over from Movistar, plus the Ethics Quick-Step duo of Michal Golash and his teammate Michal Kwiatkowski, who was rumoured for quite some time, plus the Italian amateur. Couldn't remember his name. We can put it in, can't we?
Just blame Mike.
Italian amateur.
You just fall asleep or something?
Can we go from there quick? Italian amateur Gianni Moscon will start his career with the British World Tour team.
Crikey. Now, other than that, it's been a relatively quiet week, but Simon Clark will be leaving Orica Greenwich and off to Cannondale Garmin, and Yam Cycling have strengthened their roster with Lee Howard also leaving Orica Greenwich, and then Oliver Nason as well has gone from Top Sport over there. Any other transfers?
No, but Orica are going to have to start beefing their team up. So have they called you after your wins last week?
They did. I said, look, Whitey, you could have signed me years ago. But
Whitey.
Whitey. Hey, yeah. Whitey. Hey, Whitey. Your chance was long gone, mate. I'm not available anymore.
How was it out there on that segment?
Which segment do you mean?
the GCN takes on Cannondale Garmin segment.
Never heard about that.
It's time for comment of the week now. As ever, there have been some absolute belters under our videos, but this one really caught my eye from Giancarlo Martinelli underneath the GCN Smashes Cannondale Garmin video. He said, "When I'm riding, in my head, I'm hearing this, while bystanders are looking at me and hearing this." I know what you mean, Jan. I think we have that problem too.
Yeah, the one I've actually picked out was underneath our top 10 World Championships facts, which Matt and I did last week. Now, it refers to this bit. So, you tried to sue him for assault, firstly, but also for $1.5 million, which in those days was a hell of a lot of money. Daniel Ellis wrote in and said, "I don't know how much GCN presenters get paid, but $1.5 million is still a lot of money even now." I know, incredible. Extra cheeky little fact for you there. Yeah, not quite sure what I was saying there. It is still a lot of money, even for us GCN presenters, but not as much as Lance Armstrong has just had to pay out to resolve the long-standing dispute with the insurance company SCA Promotions. That amounted to $10 million. The Richmond World Championships culminated on Sunday with the elite men's race. As we've already mentioned, the whole week was a resounding success. The Richmond course providing some very close and really exciting action.
Yeah, none more so, in fact, than the women's time trial. The top 4 riders were separated by just 9 seconds. Now, it was New Zealand's Linda Villumsen that came out on top. She was 2 seconds ahead of Anna van der Breggen, and then a further 3 seconds back was Lisa Brennauer, last year's winner.
Yeah, I don't think anybody impartial would have been unhappy with the gold medal winner. So Villumsen has actually finished on the podium on 5 occasions before now in her career. So to finally take that gold is just rewards really for all the hard work that she's put in.
Yeah, indeed. Now the men's time trial threw up some really surprising results. I don't think anyone could have predicted it, least of all GCN.
Well, if we can't.
Exactly, yeah. So Tony Martin, Rowan Dennis and Tom Dumoulin, the big 3 favourites, none of them made the podium. That was ended up comprising of Jérôme Capel, Jonathan Castroviejo and the ultimate winner, which was Vasil Kirienka of Belarus, adding to his European Games title from earlier in the year.
Yeah,
so I don't know which
pretty
is
good,
more
pretty
prestigious
good season
there.
for him. Anyway, on to the road races, and for the women's, it was Lizzie Armitstead of Great Britain who started as not a clear favourite, but certainly one of the favourites, and she duly delivered. So she attacked multiple times over the last lap, and although she never quite managed to get a race-winning margin over her key competitors, she still had enough energy left in the bank in the final sprint to take the victory from a very strong 9-woman group.
Yeah, and the men's race was equally enthralling. Mikhail Kwiatkowski, last year's winner, attacked with 2 laps to go and was part of a very, very select 7-man group, including Tom Bonin and also Ian Stannard. They were caught with 1 lap remaining.
Yeah, soon after, Zdenek Stybar made his move, closely followed by John Degenkolb, and with a whole host of other big names also trying their hand, including Greg Van Avermaet. But eventually it was Peter Sagan who made his race-winning move just a couple of kilometres before the finish, almost in one foul swoop, erasing his growing reputation as cycling's Mr. Second Place. And I think it was just a fantastic race because we had so many of the pre-race favourites, big names, all really gunning for it and showing themselves at the front.
Yeah, we've got to say a massive big up to Alexander Kristoff, cruelly robbed of his victory. I mean, he ended up finishing 4th, which is still very creditable, but Alexander Kristoff. But it was just, everyone was just ruining what might have been for poor old Kristoff. Really, he was just, you know, should have just snatched that title. Well, what happened to Sonny Colbrelli then?
Sonny Colbrelli.
What?
Oh, he didn't start the race.
Yeah, oh, he didn't start.
Ubiquitous. Tech news now, and you'll have noticed on last week's GCN show we gave very little, or in fact no attention to Interbike over in Las Vegas. Now it is still America's biggest cycling trade show, and although cycling companies now often seem to have their new releases done and dusted by this point in the year, there were still a couple of very cool bits on show.
There were indeed. The new axles from Industry 9 jumped out for me, called the Matchsticks. They are normal through axles, but they've managed to fit multi-tools inside, right? So through axles are going to be ubiquitous on disc road bikes very soon. And in fact, they're already ubiquitous on mountain bikes. And in that little hollow space in there, they've managed to fit a chain tool and a host of hex and Torx key drivers. How cool is that? And the whole thing supposedly weighs even less than a standard axle. So I'm not entirely sure how I've done that, but I'm not complaining.
What does ubiquitous mean?
It's time for Dom's tweet of the week now. He's picked out a couple of belters for us, as ever. This one at the top from Nicholas Ross, referring to the slightly patchy TV coverage that we had at the World Championships. The USA's lack of ability to film a bike race makes me question the moon landings. Yeah, it did me as well, actually.
Yeah, Dom's also picked out this tweet from Philip Deignan. Now, he is husband-to-be for the newly crowned world champion at Lizzie Armitstead, and he put this picture up of her with a speech bubble, which we don't see enough these days, or indeed thought bubbles. And he says, "Do I have to go to bloody Donegal?" A reference to the fact that that is where he's from. Coming up on the channel this week, on Wednesday we're going to show you how to get more aero on your road bike. On Thursday, I've just been told by our producer we've got a double banger of top 10.
Double banger?
So it's top 10 riders to watch out for in this season's cyclocross and top 10 riders to watch out for at the upcoming Abu Dhabi Tour.
Banging.
Then on Friday, GCN does an epic ride over gravel roads, testing out what a road bike can and possibly can't do.
That was great fun to shoot then, wasn't it? I can't wait for that one to come out. On Saturday, we've got a pro bike with Fabio Cancellara as he talks us through his Trek Speed Concept time trial bike.
I have to be shorter. We saw that they measure also the whole bike differently with this setup than when you have a mechanical shift.
So you can actually come more further forward a little bit.
It's not a lot, but
it's enough.
Sunday is off the back as per usual, and on Monday our maintenance video is how to stop squeaky cleats. And the answer is not like Matt Stevens by not clipping in. No, we've got much more practical advice than that.
Oh, and on Tuesday it's the GCN Show. Don't forget that you can introduce the show to our viewers by just filming it in landscape mode, please.
Welcome to the GCN Show from the Utah-Arizona Strip.
And uploading it to social media with the hashtag WelcomeGCN.
You're getting a bit demanding with your cinematography now.
So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, not Snapchat because we can't get in.
Twitter?
Yeah.
Welcome to the GCN Show.
And Dan would like it filmed in, what?
Landscape.
60 frames per second, landscape,
4K.
1080p. Oh, 4K is it now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
3D.
And presenting needs to be top notch. And then you might get on the GCN show. Actually, presenting doesn't need to be top notch to get on the GCN show, does it? Average at best.
Next up, it is Extreme Corner.
Yeah, and this week it's us. Again, we have tackled an epic gravel ride. 3 presenters, 2 gravel bikes, 1 road bike, 45 miles, and 1 stream crossing.
Not a river.
Sorry, 45 miles and 1 epic river crossing.
I'm afraid to say, that's all we've got time for this week. Well,
I've only just tried out from that stream crossing, actually.
Yeah, me too. I think this week I'm going to ask for a like from all of you who like this video. All you've got to do is click on the thumbs up, which is just below this.
Yeah, now, after you've done that, you can watch some more GCN content if you like. Why not click up there if the whole gravel thing has whetted your appetite. See what I did there? Click up there to watch how to ride gravel like a pro.
Yeah, and just down here we've got a fantastic video. Make sure you watch it if you haven't already seen it. It is myself and Si taking on Matt and Sir Chris Hoy in a 1 kilometre Madison time trial race at the London Olympic Velodrome.
That was cool. And then, just before you go to either of those, do make sure you've subscribed to GCN as well. It's completely free, isn't it? Just click on us, which is probably appealing.
Where is Matt anyway?
I think he wasn't allowed back after the Tynemouth thing from last week.
Oh, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Tynemouth.
Yeah, who'd have said that? Tynemouth, yeah.